Hi everyone. I decided for my final project to talk about my decision to leave the United Methodist Church because I'm a lesbian and I've also decided to pursue ordination within another denomination. So engaging with my community looked like talking to people who had made a similar decision as mine, and I didn't videotape our conversations together because I felt like that was really sacred and I didn't want that to get in the way of our conversation. So my challenge to myself has been um, that I will upload this video in one take, which I haven't done, and I don't have any notes. I'm just sort of winging it thus far. But I'm going to be honest and tell you that I recorded a 10-minute video with everything that I wanted to say and then couldn't upload it. So that was take one. Take two, my dog started barking really, really loudly. So instead of leaving and coming back, I just stopped taping and let them out. And then this is my third take. So I'm really trying. um, but anyway, so I had conversations with people like me who have left the United Methodist Church, who were lifelong United Methodists up until that point and left because of the UMC's policies against ordaining LGBTQ folks. And both of the guys, both men that I talked to, um, they've pursued or are pursuing ordination in the United Church of Christ or the UCC. And like I said before, I just felt so honored and so blessed that they trusted me with this very personal story. But I also just felt sad. After hearing their stories, I just felt really, really sad. And then I got a video from someone talking about the Frank Schaeffer decision, which happened relatively recently, and I felt I didn't feel an ounce of happy. I felt, well, UMC, we wouldn't be in this fucking position if we could just change the book of discipline. I mean, we wouldn't be in this situation if Frank Schaeffer wasn't defrocked to begin with. So I just I just felt sad, and that those sad feelings have sort of carried over into my week, and um yeah, so I mean, that's another thing. I was sad, and then I felt like, for me, I wanted these feelings of sadness and of loss to go away. I wanted to be over them, over this grief process of leaving the United Methodist Church. And through engaging with some members of my community, I realized that that doesn't happen. Those feelings sort of stay on you like a shadow and make you second guess yourself. Like, did I really hear a call to be ordained? Is this the struggle that I want? Is this the struggle that I can engage in? And for some, struggling to be an ordained member of the United Methodist Church isn't that. They want to spend their energies on other causes, on other things that are important to them. Um, for me, a reason why I left, and so many people said to me, like, oh, you could go to Caltech and you would be ordained, or you would probably be ordained in Rocky Mountain if you wanted to stay here, or the New England Conference, absolutely you would be ordained within the New England Conference. And I didn't want that. I didn't want to have to be in a location because that's where I could be ordained. That's where I could feel safe. I want to feel safe anywhere and everywhere. And I realize that that is a very difficult thing. There are a lot of people in our society that don't feel safe anywhere at all. Um, but I didn't want to go through what so many people in the United Methodist Church have gone through. Amy DeLong, Frank Schaeffer, so many others. I didn't want to have to worry about what if someone, a member of my congregation or someone, brings up charges against me for me being who I am. I never wanted to do that. And I think that with the folks that I talk to, it wasn't really a question to stay. Staying and fighting wasn't ever the question. It was always, I gotta go. Like, I can't, I have to be authentic to myself and I can't stay. And that was, um, when I first decided to leave, that's how I felt too. I have to be authentic to how I feel about this and I can't do this. I can't be someone other than who I am throughout this process. And, more in the past year or so, I've felt like, well, did I make the wrong decision? And should I have, should I do this? Should I be, or, try to work on being ordained? Do I really have a call? So that's what I mean when I say, like, it stays with you and makes you second guess everything that you thought that you believed in. One of the gentlemen that I talked to haven't gone through the ordination process for the UCC yet. The UCC process looks different than the United Methodist process. You have to write a paper and get a formal call, all of those things. And I wonder if this sort of shadow is following him too, like the second guessing and the self doubt is following him, and that's what's prohibiting him from going through ordination. I've never talked to him about it, but sitting here talking to you all, I realize that I wonder if that's part of it. Um, that's all I want to say on that. For my critical reflection paper, I wrote about a storytelling community that I've experienced, which is called Breaking Silence, which is a nonprofit in Colorado that works towards educating and potentially ending, I think, interpersonal violence. And one of the things that I so appreciated about this was that it's a traveling exhibit, and I put on an MP3 player and walked through parts of the traveling exhibit. And I think that was just so powerful because I was able to get out of my headspace and just sort of be in my body and be feeling what was happening and having those emotions without really a filter, just standing there crying because this sucks and sometimes life sucks and this is part of it. I think it also helped me work through or process more or think about more some of my own experiences that I've had with interpersonal violence. And one of the ethical things that I brought up in my paper is that at the community, or the storytelling exhibit, there were volunteers to talk to people afterwards, but there were no like counselors or anything like that. And I felt like that would have been a really good place to support someone within a community that was struggling with some of these issues. So that's all I have for you today. I'm going to try to upload this video. Cross your fingers that it works. Thanks.